is Lila, and today is the third day of Carnaval da Spectrum, and today we're gonna make a drum and shaker together. For this session you're going to need an empty tin of something. This is an empty coffee tin. This is a container like that. We're going to need some rice beans or some little rocks like this to put inside the tin. We're going to need scissors, and because of that and because of the small bits, please make sure you have adult supervision. We don't want anyone getting hurt. We just want to make this as safe as possible. We are also going to need an elastic band, a balloon, and some paint or anything you would like to use to decorate your drum with. I'm going to use some paint and some sequins. And for the sequins, I am probably going to need some stick glue or some liquid glue. I can also use different colors of paper to decorate my tin, so you might want to use paper and cut in different shapes. You might also want to use stickers or anything like that that you have around the house. Before we begin, for this session you're going to need an empty tin. I have used an old instant coffee tin that had a plastic lid. Usually the tins that have lids are not sharp around the edges, around the rim, so that should be the safest option for you to use. Another alternative could be cotton bud container, gravy container. These paper ones are probably going to be very safe as well. I have a big metal coffee tin that would work as well. The tins where you need to open with a tin opener are probably going to be sharp around the edges, so you want to be very careful with that. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so the first step is to grab your tin, grab your balloon, and the scissors. You want to cut the balloon on this long stretchy part of it here, the side of the opening of the balloon. You want to cut it out. We don't need this, you can throw it away. So we have something like this. You want to pour all of your rice beans, little rocks, whatever you're throwing inside the tin. I'm going to put it in there. And with this, with the balloon, you want to make a bit of a lid for the opening of the tin. You might need help for this because it might be useful to have someone hold the bottom of the tin while you put the balloon, stretch the balloon, or the other way around. I'm gonna do it by myself. So you want to put it, stretch as much as possible. There you go. So you already have pretty much the shape of your drum and your shaker. And you want to put your elastic band around the top of the tin, kind of to hold the balloon in place. Then you might even be able to bring these up a bit. Bring this extra balloon material up to the top. And then the next step is to decorate your balloon however to decorate your drum however you want it. I'm going to use some paint. I have placed some paint onto a glass bowl just to make it easier for me to use. I'm going to start with this green paint. I picked quite a big brush just because instead of drawing details, I want to cover everything all the way around. So let's see how that looks. holding the tin up so I can show you what I'm doing, but it might be easier to just hold it in place like this and use your brush around it. And remember that you can be creative, use any color you want and create any design you want and like. It doesn't have to look like my drum at all. Okay, now that I've colored all the way around, I'm thinking of using a strip of paper like this. I just cut it. As the paint is still wet, I think I'm gonna stick it to the bottom here, and it should stick to the paint itself without any glue. And then I'll just go all the way around. Okay, a little bit left. I can add a little bit more paper there. Just cut a small piece. Let's see. Oh, there you go. See, I have a little strip of yellow at the bottom. I can also use other colors. I'm gonna just cut some random pieces of paper and do one more strip and maybe some squares, maybe a triangle. Have a few shapes to play with. Just put my hand in the paint to be careful with that. I'm gonna put this purple maybe here closer to the top. Oh, I am gonna add a square here. And a triangle here. A square here. Random places. Here. I also want to add some sequins. So let's try to do that. Because the paint is wet, the sequins might just stick to the paint and you're not going to need glue. But if necessary, you can just add some liquid glue. So let me show you. I put some liquid glue here on this in this glass bowl. So something I like to do, a little trick I like to do, is to put a little bit of glue at the tip of a paintbrush. And with that, I can either, I'll put it here. I can put a little bit of glue there, grab a sequin, and just stick it to it. Stick to it. There you go, there you go. Okay, I'll maybe do another one here in this triangle. I'll put some on this paint here. You might also want to use some stick glue. So for that, I usually just grab a sequin, slide it across the glue there with my finger, and then stick it where I want it. And then you just wait for this to dry. You wait for your drum to dry. because it will be very wet right now. You can add as much as you want to it. I might add a little bit more of sequins. This side looks a bit empty. What do you think? I'm gonna do that. Sometimes you end up losing some sequins in the glue. That's okay as well. There you go. I'm happier with this. Okay. So now I just leave it to dry. Now that your drum is dry, almost dry, you can start playing. So grab a couple of chopsticks and have fun. It for today. Thank you so much for coming, and you did a fantastic job. I'll see you next time. Bye.